is a bit of a story time. I'm gonna walk you through what it was like to quit my dream job during a global pandemic and start my online coaching business. I've always loved stories about how people got started and how they got to where they are, so I figured I'd share my journey with you as well. This video is for you if you're debating to quit your job and start your own business, or if you're just like me, an online business owner, but you just love hearing other people's origin stories, or if you're simply just wondering what the actual fuck I've been up to during lockdown and why I would even think of quitting my dream job to begin with. Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Laura, a business coach, Instagram marketer, and personal branding strategist. I help fellow coaches and consultants grow their business with the power of Instagram marketing and personal branding. This is my first video of many more to follow, so please hit subscribe and also hit the bell so you can stay tuned for more content. Okay, let's get to it. When you leave your job, the topic is so taboo. You're worried about what your former colleagues or what your former company might think, and honestly, it can get pretty lonely or even be a bit scary. You might end up wondering if it was even the right decision to take. Actually, it took a bit out of me to open up to you about my journey. I've been writing down my ideas for about a week now to bring you the full story, but also to not bore you to death with all kinds of details that don't really add to the story. So this is gonna be a personal video. It's not the magic formula to figure out what's right. However, if you stick around to the end, I actually do have a surprise for you. I'll be sharing how you can participate in my giveaway to win free access to my online program that teaches consultants and coaches how to grow their business with personal branding and Instagram marketing. One last disclaimer before I share my story. It's not because I left my job that you have to leave your job. It's a life-changing decision, and obviously you need to think about this carefully before you make such a decision. Okay, let's get to my story. A bit over 4 years ago, I finished my MBA. I graduated with honors, and I basically did all the kinds of extracurricular activities that you need to get that perfect resume for corporate. I started my career in the startup world in Paris, and later when I moved back to Belgium, I actually ended up landing my dream job in corporate. I became the brand and trade marketing manager of a few global beer brands. So how did I even end up in such a role at such a young age? So funny enough, it was my personal brand online and my entrepreneurial drive that got me into such an interesting corporate job in the first place. I've always been very big on content creation and building a meaningful network, and as a result, I ended up knowing some people in the right places, so getting that dream job at age 23 was actually possible. So there I went, I started working for these global brands, I fell in love with marketing, and I fell in love with the company. I was ready for this big international career. Now fast forward to 2020, lockdown hit Belgium. Our sector massively hit. As a result, I was faced with temporary economic unemployment. The news hit me pretty hard because I unconsciously started tying my identity to my corporate success. And when you tie your self-worth to your job title and your career, suddenly being unemployed sucks. Even if it was only temporary, it made me feel incredibly lost. I had a hard time accepting it at first. It basically went something like first week throwing myself a pity party, second week, obsessive cleaning journey, and I cleaned the entire house. Third week, I even started cleaning our walls, and that's when I realized, okay, I need a bigger purpose. I need to do something else with my time. And that's when I tried to turn this crisis situation into an opportunity, and I tried to look at the silver lining, which is I had lots of free time, and I learned to accept this new reality. The world has slowed down so you can rediscover yourself. And yes, this literally sums up my entire soul-searching journey in the middle of a global pandemic. I started following online courses from amazing coaches in the industry. I joined memberships, and I basically kind of immersed myself into online learning and the self-development community. I was also actively picking up content creation again for my social channels, and I started putting myself out there. But that actually felt really weird at first because I was supposed to be working for my corporate job, but I was unemployed. So at the same time, it felt really strange because I kind of had to break the news at some point and face that fear of being judged. Anyway, I got my message out there and I took massive action. And after some weeks, I realized, hey, I'm investing all this money into learning stuff online, but I actually think that I also know quite some stuff from startup and from corporate that could also help other entrepreneurial minds. One thing led to another, and soon after that, I incorporated a company in my name on May 1st. So there I went. I started coaching a few fellow entrepreneurial minds in setting up their personal brands on Instagram to grow their service business. At first, it was really just a test. I did a beta, but things went really well. My beta clients got clarity, they got results, and they reached that next level. I completely underestimated how valuable my experiences are to other coaches and consultants out there. Now, what started as something to just kind of keep me busy during lockdown turned into a real serious side hustle once I started picking up work again for my corporate job when lockdown was over. So only 2 months after starting my business, I actually hit my first 5K month in sales as a side hustle because I was working again in corporate once lockdown was over. And this is with zero investment and all organically thanks to the power of Instagram. And I was only working evenings and weekends because it was on top of my job. The 5K months were on repeat, and at some point I even started thinking, okay, so how do I now hit this next milestone? Let's say 10K months in sales. Now, I didn't plan for this business to develop this quickly, but the online coaching business is simply a whole new ballgame. And suddenly I ended up not finding enough time to juggle my corporate job and this side hustle. Now, I knew I couldn't keep combining both because I was burning out trying to combine a demanding corporate job, my coaching clients, all the behind the scenes work that a business still requires in the end. But the thing is, I'm really not your typical I need to break free from corporate and be my own boss entrepreneur. Because I actually really loved my corporate job and I wasn't bad at my job either. I had quite some successes. I even won awards and I had my future pretty much planned out. I was gonna have this international corporate career for these brands. So I was worried about what my colleagues and my company would think, because I truly respect them and I loved working with everyone in that company. So I didn't want to come across as ungrateful, but I also knew I couldn't keep combining both. So on my birthday, 27th of July, I turned 26 and I did myself a little favor and I resigned from my dream job in the middle of a global pandemic. I was scared shitless. I took the jump to be a full-time online business owner. And honestly, running an online business is really a funny thing. Most people don't really consider it a real career. 95% of people don't understand what it is, and 99% of the people will remind you of all the perks that you give up when you become an entrepreneur, especially in Belgium, and they will try to scare you off with these horrible stories around taxes, having no pension, and so forth. I'm not gonna lie, taking the jump to be a full-time entrepreneur can feel a bit lonely. But there was this moment where I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna stop explaining myself and I'll just show them. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm showing you that this is possible. You can make real money, you can run a location-free business by yourself. I made it happen in 5 months. May, I started my company and I worked with beta clients. July, I quit my job. And now in September, because I actually had a 7-week resignation period, I'm a full-time online business owner. And I'm even looking at scaling my business to that next step. And that is my story of how I quit my dream job in the middle of a global pandemic to accidentally start my online business. If I can do this, you can do this too. And honestly, this wouldn't have been possible without my startup and my corporate marketing experience. It's been the key to success for my story. And I've documented my entire success framework and I put it into an online course. It's called Insta Design Sprint, or IDS. And now you can win free access to my program. I'll be giving away 2 spots to my IDS course for some lucky coaches, consultants, or someone just thinking about starting that side hustle real soon. So to participate, just comment below what your business or your big business idea is and subscribe to my channel to enter the giveaway. You can also always share this video in your Instagram stories and you can tag me to increase your chances. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the bell to stay tuned for my next videos, because I'll be sharing lots of behind the scenes of running my online business and also just share my Instagram secrets with you. So stay tuned. Cheers!